I graduated from college in 1950, uh, took a ROTC. I got called in June of 1951. I was 23 years old, had planned on getting married in September, but got a notice I had to report to Fort Belvoir on the 11th of June, so I got married on the 2nd of June and took off and went in service for 2 years. I actually went to Korea in October of 52 as a second lieutenant, came back as a first. Uh, I was assigned to the 84th ECB Engineer Construction Battalion, uh, and I was located on the Imjin River really all my time when I was over there, building bridges. It's right on the 38th. It was right on the MLR, main line of resistance, where I spent all my time, all but about 2 weeks. At that time, the war was pretty stable, fortunately, for when I was there. Uh, they had fought up and down the peninsula since the start of the war, but we really had complete air superiority when I was there. So the bridge, the Imjin was about 2 to 3 miles from the front lines. You could actually see the napalm bombs going off and so forth, 2, 3 miles up ahead on the hills. But we had complete air superiority, so it was kind of rare, but every now and then we'd get artillery rounds coming in. But because we had complete air superiority, the site of where the artillery came from was identified, and within a few minutes you'd see our airplanes going over and dropping bombs, and that cured the problem, right? I actually worked on 2 bridges. When I got there, the previous spring, they have monsoons, heavy rains, and a lot of the rain on the Imjin comes down from the northern part of the North Korea, comes down loaded with ice and so forth. So temporary bridges, which were pretty common then, would get wiped out. It'd be kind of like a domino. They'd kind of knock bridges down on the river. So when I got there, I got assigned to a bridge that was just started called Teal Bridge. And it's what they refer to as a low-level bridge. It was built on steel piling, and the deck was built so that it was just barely above normal river level. And as soon as the flood came, it would take the deck away and wash it away. But then as soon as the flood was over, you could come in and you had the base there, so all you had to do was put a new decking on. And that lasted from when I got there in October, and it was finished about in December, I believe. No. It was finished in about April of 53. And while I worked on that bridge, the rest of our battalion, the other companies, all worked on a bridge at the time for construction. It was called X-ray Bridge. But when it was dedicated in July of 53, it was named Libby Bridge. And it was Libby was a engineer sergeant that got the Medal of Honor, and he was the first engineer got the Medal of Honor, so that's why it's called Libby Bridge. When I got out of service, I had worked in the pulp and paper industry when I first got out of school, and I went back to my hometown in Menominee, Michigan, and worked there, and ended up working in the pulp and paper industry for 43 years before I retired.